Karizma, and I am the host of Karizma Speaks YouTube channel and the Karizma Speaks podcast. Today, I will be talking about 10 things to not share on social media. And the reason I want to talk about these 10 things is because I literally have done at least one of these things. Okay, so I learned a lot from my mistakes. And I want to just help other people in their journey. So I have basically created a presentation for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me go ahead and shout out to my members, my channel members, and everyone who supports me genuinely, all of my genuine subscribers who supports me. And I want to thank everyone for participating in the comment section as well. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll wait a few minutes and we will begin. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to make sure I have all of my resources ready to share with you all. Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday. So let me go ahead and just I can't even talk, jump right into it. Y'all forgive me. It's still early. All right. I'm so tongue tied. But I feel this is very important to share with y'all. Welcome, Willie. All right. So let's go ahead and begin here. I want to share this with y'all. All right. So again, don't share these 10 things on social media. Don't share these 10 things on social media. All right. I'm going to go through these PDF slides. I actually made a PowerPoint presentation and I converted it to PDF slides. So I hope this helps somebody out there. Please learn from my mistakes. As I stated before, I at least did one or more of these things, of these 10 things that I'm going to share with y'all. All right. So let's just get right into it then. Okay. So, today's agenda, I'm going to be giving you guys an introduction of what I'm talking about. I'm also going to share with you a surprising statistic that I think will be very helpful. I'm going to review the digital age that we now live in. All right. It is a far cry from what we grew up, most of us, how we grew up, and the things that we saw growing up. Me, myself, I was basically split. All right. I grew up as a child. There was mainly things done on paper, writing things down on paper, using notebooks, doing things on paper, right? Going when you go to the doctor's office, the charts were in paper. You have paper charts and file cabinets. I remember that growing up, right? It wasn't any of this technology how it is now, right? There was computers. There was, of course, computers. I grew up, like I said, it was split when I was very young. It was mostly I saw paper charts, paper this, writing things down. And then the second half of my life, I was taught how to use computers in school. I was introduced to social media, starting with like MySpace, Black Planet. I don't know if y'all remember that. But yeah, I remember that in my teenage years, Black Planet, um, and things like that. And we actually use like chat rooms and things like that. So I remember a bunch of stuff growing up, but now we are in a new age. So we're going to get into this new digital age that we're in and why it's important to be mindful. Okay. After that, I will be sharing 10 things to not share on social media. And then we're going to wrap it up and conclude the presentation pretty much. Okay. So let's go ahead. And I see you, Willie. I see you already putting things in there. Yes, relationships and finances, that is definitely on the list. So yeah, if you want to put something in the chat that you think is on the list before we get there, now is your time to do it. Okay, just please be mindful, and be respectful in the chat. All right, so let's get right into it then. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, again, this presentation that I created for y'all is for educational purposes. Please share this with people. This is something you can share. This is something that's going to help someone, right? Especially our younger generation who just basically get on social media thinking that, not really thinking about it, right? Oh, I just want to share my relationship. I want to share my boyfriend. I want to share where I'm at. I'm at Starbucks right now. I'm at this location. And we really don't think much of it. So most of this, our intentions are pretty good, right? We think we're just sharing. Why not? What's the big deal? Well, when it comes to social media, it's easy to get caught up in the moment and share more than we should. That's the problem right there. A lot of us, including myself, and this is why I had to tone down, we share way more than we should. So, oversharing can have serious consequences for our privacy and security. In this video, we'll review the top things you should never put on social media to protect your confidential info and maintain a secure digital footprint. So, why is that important? Well, once you post on social media, even if you choose to delete the post, it's not really deleted. Okay, it doesn't go away. And why is that? People take screenshots. People use computer software to take screenshots on their computers. People write things down. It's no getting out of this, right? And then a lot of social media sites, they still retain your data or your data. They retain your data for ever. A lot of these social media sites, they retain it forever, and like you could download it or whatever. If you choose to delete your social media, typically they will have like rules in place. We're going to keep your data or your data for 30 days, and then we'll delete it. We'll keep it for 6 months. It depends. This is why we have to read the terms and conditions of these sites, because this is exactly what ends up happening, right? Jekyll, welcome, and thank you so much for being a channel member. So she said, "Hey fam, I was going to ask about this." Yep, definitely. And I hope this helps y'all. Okay. And a lot of this stuff, it may seem obvious to us who knows a little bit, who have a little bit of common sense or have experience in life. But please, this is important because so many people don't know. And so many people do not stop and think about what they post online, right? So let's go ahead and go to the next slide here. So, a surprising statistic, right? The Harvard Business Review. Did you know that about 70% of employers check social media accounts before making hiring decisions? This is an absolute fact. I believe it was Career Builder back in 2018. They actually did a survey with employers to see if employers actually checked our social media before hiring us, in about 80%, right? On that career builder, about 80%. So more than 70. I just put 70 because it's around 70 to 80%. There's no exact number because this is changing. It could actually be more now. But between 70-80% of employers actually check our social media accounts before they even decide to hire us. So that includes Instagram, that includes X, formerly known as Twitter, that includes Facebook, that includes YouTube, that includes LinkedIn. LinkedIn is actually a social media site if you did not know that. All right. It's supposed to be for professionals, but it is a social media site, right? It's not a job board like Indeed. Indeed is strictly a job board. So if you're looking for jobs, I think Indeed will be the best way to go. LinkedIn is considered a social media site. Okay, so that is important to know. So employers, they're looking at what we do online. They're looking at what we do online. And I know a lot of people, they don't think about that. They just come online, they post whatever, they post themselves in clubs, they post themselves doing crazy stuff, pranks, and things like that. And these jobs are literally looking at it. And you may say, well, I'm online is my job. Well, there's brands that looks at your stuff too. And a lot of people, they do not, a lot of influencers, they do not get brand deals because of what they post online. People do not want to be associated with anyone who is unhinged, anyone who's associated with things that are considered inappropriate, right? Fighting, drinking, too much, smoking, just things that are not healthy too. People look at that. So it's best to keep those things private, keep it offline. So what you post online could impact your job prospects. All right. Jekyll said, I never allow my supervisors to friend me on my social media. Yep. And that's good. That's good. And that's a good point. Put your social media private. All right. Me, I deleted all my social media because I just had too many stalkers. I had too many exes looking at my pages. I had too many people from work and other places wanting to follow me and see what I'm doing. Nosy family members, even, right? So I just said, I'm just deleting everything. I literally deleted Facebook, Instagram, any social media you could think of, TikTok. I deleted all that. I literally just have my YouTube channel. And so you don't have to be like me, right? That's just for my mental health as well. But if you want to do social media, if you want to, participate on social media, just do it in a mindful way and private your accounts, right? Private your accounts. That is the best thing to do. Oh yeah. Jekyll said, this is true. I hear that the law, if you hire an attorney, they look at your social media too. Yep. If you are, say you are in some type of legal situation because of something you posted online, or you want to sue somebody because of something, well, what you say is also being monitored, right? And we see that a lot with these content creators. They say anything about a celebrity, anything about somebody, and they think that, oh, this is just freedom of speech. Well, there's also defamation, right? There's defamation of character. There's also other legal things that go with posting your so called freedom of speech. So you have to know what you're saying and if it's actually legal or illegal, because that matters as well. All right. So, today's digital age, social media has become an important part of our everyday lives. A lot of people go to social media to see what's going on in the world, whether that's news wise, politics, religion, even drama between celebrities. What's going on? People, they wake up, they go on social media. It's automatically logged in. They start to scrolling. This is like normal these days, right? So, from revealing updates about our personal lives, right? Things that we may consider just innocent, Oh, I'm in a relationship. Oh, I just broke up with somebody. I met a guy. I met a girl. I got a new job. I go to this school. Personal updates that comes about that's from our lives, excuse me. We post that online and we don't realize that we're oversharing. We do this because we feel like we're connecting with friends. We feel like we're connecting with family. Um, and social media has made it easy to stay connected with the world, right? And that's pretty much a lot of people why they're on social media. They have family that's probably not in town, or maybe they are in town, but they don't see them that much. They have friends from high school and college and childhood that may live in different parts of the world. And people want to stay connected. They want to see what others are doing. They want to let people know that they're doing well, right? So, despite these good intentions, many people have, when sharing online, it's essential to be mindful of what we share online, right? What we share online. So that takes us into our next point, and that is the top 10 things you should never post online. Okay. Top 10 things you should never post online. There may be more to this list, but I'm just giving you the top 10 things that you should never post online. Um, some people in the chat already mentioned some things. Willie said relationships and finances, right? All right. So those are definitely on the list. So basically stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and jump into the top 10 things now. All right. Top 10 things to never post online. So what exactly should you avoid posting on social media? Here are the top 10 things you should never post online. Number 1, never post your home address online. I know this seems obvious, right? Who would post their home address online? But there are still people who do this. There are still people who do this. They do this when they pin their location where they are, right? Chilling at home. And then they have the pinned location online and they don't even realize that they have their location status turned on online. So then we have people who have bad intentions, who are stalking people online, looking for the next come up, need an address for some type of identity theft, and they steal your address because you posted it online, whether you knew it or not. Or it is sometimes there's like surveys, or sometimes there's things online that ask for your address, and those places are not secure, and you give them your address, that can be detrimental as well. So I don't think people just come on here and say, I live at blah, blah, blah. There's different ways that we do this without even knowing it. So make sure you check your location services, your GPS status online, right? I believe there was a rapper um who was basically, his life was taken because his girlfriend posted them at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles online on Instagram. They pinned the location. Never post your location. Never post where you are at that time, right? Um so we're going to get more into that. Number 2, never post your phone number online. This is important too. If you have a business, make sure you get a business phone number. Never use your personal phone number online. Okay. Um, Unless it's a secured website where you are logging in for some reason that is important to you, right? Like a government website. Um, you're securing your Gmail account. And some people don't even use their numbers for Gmail, but in those instances, I would just say be cautious, okay? Be cautious. Because if you lose your phone, then those prompts will still go to that phone, but you just won't have your phone to log in. So be cautious when it comes to Google and things like that. But government websites, make sure it's the actual authentic website. Make sure that it is a lock on the top of the website, the HTTPS. That means that it is secure, a secure site, right? Do not go on sites that are unsecure. It usually would tell you this site is not secure, or it'll have the broken lock icon on the top left in the actual URL search bar. So just be sure that you are inputting information that is going to be protected if you are on a website, and get a business phone number if you are running a business. That's the best thing to do. All right. Don't use your personal phone number. All right. And with your phone number, too, people can actually find your address a lot of the time. So just be careful. Like I said, entering your information into websites or signing up for things, right? Number 3, never post your password or login credentials online. Never post your passwords or login credentials online. Now, think of it this way: someone is trying to log into Netflix or some app to watch a movie, and they can't, for some reason, they can't get a hold of whoever has the password credentials, and they basically write them on Instagram or write them on Facebook like, hey, what's the password and the login to Netflix so that I can log in? It is as simple as that. Do not post your passwords or your logins to any website, even if it's Netflix. And I know it just sounds so silly, but this is very important because your social media accounts can be hacked, right? And a lot of people don't realize that your social media accounts can be hacked, your messages can be hacked, anything can be broken into, whether that's online or in person. So please never share your passwords or your login credentials online to anyone. Number 4, never post your credit card information online. Now, I know a lot of new technology they offer to save your credit card information. I wouldn't do that. Now, you take your own, cautionary steps or whatever, but a lot of these sites, they now offer, okay, let me save your financial information. That is a risk because, again, there are hackers online. There are people online who are really tech savvy, and they have a lot of information that is supposed to be used for good, but they use it for identity theft. They use it to sell your information on the dark web, right? Um, Next thing you know, your bank account is empty and you just got paid, right? So you know it's supposed to be money there, but it's empty, or your savings is drained out and you don't know what happened. Well, a lot of the times is due to us saving our credit card information online. Okay. So I even had to like delete some things. And this could be with DoorDash, all those grocery apps and stuff. You got to be careful because people are getting smarter now, right? So imagine somebody that who's an ex or somebody who is your enemy, suddenly they're working for DoorDash, right? And they're looking for your information, and they know where you stay, or they do know where you stay, and they basically wait in that area or whatever, whether it's Uber or whatever. They wait for you to, and they know you take these services because you posted online, oh, catching an Uber or whatever. So they know you use these services. So they set you up. They wait for you to request the Uber or a Lyft or something, and now you are in the car with an enemy or a stalker that you didn't know, right? Anything could happen like that. They could also hack and get your financial information and your home address through these apps. And it has happened before to people. All right. You could look up thousands of stories where people have been stalked, people have been attacked, and people have been found because they post so much information online and it's easy to do. Right. Jekyll said a classmate would post bands of money all the time with weed on Facebook. I made him take it down. Yeah, that is not a good look. It's not a good look for employers if he's trying to get a job. Even if it's not right now, you're going to need some type of income, right? Also, it could alert the authorities if that is not legal in your state. Then you could alert the authorities who are always online, right? The FBI is always watching, police are always watching as well. And they could make up fake accounts too. And it's so easy just to catch you like that. So, also with the bands of money, that is posting financial information, right? That's posting that you just got paid, or somehow, if you didn't get paid by an employer, you got paid by somebody. So that is financial information. And that is a part of the list as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. You said we knew where he lived. Yep, right. Exactly. Exactly, because of social media, or because you know these people in real life and then they just posting all their stuff, right? So just be careful of that. Number 5, never post your social security number online. Again, may be obvious to some, but there are older folks who don't know this, and there are younger people who may not know this, right? They may enter their information into an unsecure site of a hacker, and their whole identity could be stolen. Never post your social security online, right? It's easy to take your identity that way. Any social security checks you get in, it's easy to find who you are that way, especially. All your personal information is linked to your social security number, right? So do not share your or post your social security number online, right? Unless it's a secure government site, or a secure job site where they have backed security, and they tell you in the small writing that this will not be shared with anyone. This site is secure. This is secure. This is just for job purposes. Okay. Because if it's like a data leak or something, that's not on you. That is on that company, and you could potentially sue that company. So never post your social security number online. Be careful posting documents, especially if you haven't looked at the document, because people will scroll and zoom all the way in, and there's their date of birth, there's their social security number, or you forget you wrote it on the back of a notebook or something. Anything could happen, right? So you just have to be very careful of going live, right? And you got documents all over the place. You just have to be careful, right? I believe that's how the rapper Pop Smoke was his life was taken, because he was online on Instagram. I don't know if it was Instagram Live, or he posted a I think it was Instagram Live, or a video, one of those videos that only lasts for 24 hours. He posted that online, and he was posting his new name brand. I don't know if it was Louis Vuitton bag or something. Uh and then his address was actually on it was so new, it was just delivered to him. His address was on like a card or something. And that's how those people went and took his life, because he posted that online, right? He posted it online. Thank you so much, anti ableism. Thank you so much. That great information. I'm glad you're getting some value from this. All right. Number 6, this is a big one. I see people doing this all the time, unfortunately, especially on YouTube, posting their medical information, right? Posting their medical information. Now, a post is not just a Facebook post, it's not just a X formerly known as Twitter posts, it is you posting content, period. Posting videos, uploading videos. You do not ever share your medical information online. I made this mistake of like I said, I've done one or more of these things. I remember I made the mistake of sharing my personal story online, um, revolving around intimate partner abuse during Domestic Violence Month. And I was literally sharing everything that was going on, my trauma, my injuries, my how I felt, because I felt like I needed someone's support. And a lot of people, they think that by coming online you're going to get people's support, and that's not always the case, right? um and so it's very mean people, mean spirited people online. There are people who's looking for your downfall, right? And they will take whatever you post online, they will change it around, and they will make a new story out of it, and they will monetize off of your pain and off of your abuse. And that's exactly what happened to me. Right? People were saying things like, oh, she's lying. She made this up. They then started looking into the police report because I said when it happened, the date that it happened. They looked into the police report. They shared that online. Um, and I was put in a position where I felt I needed to defend myself. So I ended up sharing the doctor's visit, right? Online. And one of the things said domestic violence or something like that. And they still took that and said, oh, that's fake. That's a lie too. So it's really no winning with the internet. So never post your medical information online. Keep that between you and your healthcare professional. That is personal information. And I'm seeing a lot of this online. People, like, for instance, I believe it was a content creator who interviewed a young lady who had gotten AIDS, HIV AIDS, right? And she interviewed her, and this lady, right, it's called self-disclosure. She self-disclosed online that she had HIV AIDS. I'm starting to see a lot of that, and people are thinking they're doing a positive thing, bringing awareness, but really they are self-disclosing their personal and private medical information online. If you wouldn't do it in person to a room of 1 million people, a room of 1,000 people, a room of 10 people, why would you do it online? That's like giving a public announcement to strangers of your personal and private information, right? That is like giving personal information to strangers. Yep. Anti-ableism said DV is nationwide and global issue. Exactly. Exactly. This is going to be a continuous thing, right? Yeah, exactly. They victim shaming you so horrible. Yeah, it is a lot of mean spirited people out there because they don't like you for whatever reason. And so those are the people who troll you. Those are the people who harass you, right? Dig deeper into your personal information because you shared that online. Those are the people who say you're lying. Those are the people. Never share your medical information online, right? Jekyll said, I know. HIPAA Act, right? HIPAA Act. That is one thing that relates to healthcare professionals and healthcare businesses, some affiliates of healthcare, such as whoever gives your health insurance, right? Um, so this is, and I don't want to get it wrong, right? We need to put what HIPAA stands for people who do not know, right? Who do not know or who are not in the healthcare field. All right, this is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. And this basically protects the privacy and security of patients who visit the doctor and patients who patients period. people who go to a healthcare provider or a healthcare facility to be treated for their medical condition or treated, period. The workers who this applies to them too, healthcare workers, they cannot disclose your personal information online. They cannot disclose your healthcare information online. That is a violation of the HIPAA law, right? So you got people online, you have nurses, you have doctors, you got healthcare professionals online, and some of them get in trouble because they disclose someone's private and personal information, health information, because they seen them come in the clinic, or logged into the actual computer or electronic medical record, and they got all this information and they disclose it online. You can go to jail, right? And pay a fine for that. You can be fired for that. You can have your license suspended or revoked for that. So if you are a healthcare professional and you are online, you definitely have to be mindful, right? You definitely have to be mindful. But when people come online and they self-disclose, you're not liable for that. If someone comes online, and I'm seeing it a lot, how I got AIDS, how I did this, right? My diabetes story, my cancer story. If someone willingly self discloses that information, that's on them. There is no liability to anyone else. This is why it's important not to post your medical information online. I don't care if you broke your ankle. I don't care if it's a minor injury. I don't care what it is. Do not share it online. That is your personal health information. And that's between you and your doctor and trusted individuals. Okay. Now, the next thing, yeah, yep. And that's another story, Jekyll, but you are so right. You are so right. But then, we may not see it as often because a lot of men don't speak up. All right. But that's another story. That's definitely another story, but I definitely understand your point of view. Um Number 7, never post your travel plans online. Boy, boy, boy. Never post your travel plans online, right? We cover a story here on this channel about a young woman who went to Mexico with a group of friends named Shanquilla Robinson, right? We posted extensively on this channel. It's still videos that you can see. Some videos were retracted because, again, and that's a different story, but it's still part of being mindful when you post online. You have to be sensitive to these situations, okay? And basically, I reported on the story, and those videos that help the public, that are valuable to the public, that are sensitive to the family, those are the videos that remain on my channel. So you can go check it out. But Shanquilla was posting her travel plans online. She posted that she was in Mexico. She posted what they were doing, drinking and allegedly drinking and partying, because it was one of her associates, right? We can't call it a friend because they basically set her up and took her life, in my opinion. It was one of her associates' birthday party, right? And she posted everything online. They pretty much set her up. Even before the setup, she was posting that she traveled a lot. So now people know what you do. They know what you like. They know how to lure you in to a situation and unexpectedly. Oh, I just read something about somebody who was a real estate agent, and she was pregnant, and she was lured into a trap, based off of that. Somebody pretended to be a customer wanting a apartment or a house, and she went to go give them a tour of the place, and they set her up and took her life. You have to be careful of what you post online. Your likes, your dislikes, your favorite color. These could also be part of your passwords, right? And again, it goes back to protecting your privacy online and keeping yourself safe. Never post your travel plans online. And when you do post them online, they say, okay, so and so is not home right now, right? So now I could go ahead and break into their home. I know they got all this money because they posted online. I know they got these material things because they posted online. So now that I know that they're in Barbados, I can break into their home. You're letting people know, good and people with bad intentions know where you are or where you are not. And they are planning nefarious things based on the information that you share online, right? Number 8, and we discussed this multiple times, never post your financial information online. This could be stacks of money. This could be how much I made on YouTube in a day. I'm seeing a lot of those now, right? How much YouTube paid me. How much did YouTube pay me for this video? How much did I get paid on YouTube? That is financial information as well. You are literally putting your financial business out there. And now people are like, oh, okay, so they're getting money from YouTube. Let me go ahead and take that money because I need some. I know that they're in this house because they go live and they accidentally show their address, right? Or they're in this neighborhood or they're by a McDonald's because they're always posting at this McDonald's location. Oh, I know that McDonald's location because the bathroom is over there and so worked there. Oh, I know that location because the trees are right there and then that doctor's office is behind it. You have to be careful going live. Period, point blank. If you go live, you're going to have to go live in a controlled environment. Like nowadays, I don't show my background. I don't show where I'm at, right? And sometimes I slip up and be like, "Oh, no, let me not go live because I don't want people to observe my background and see where a building is or a tree is or a certain place is, right? These are landmarks, right? And then they start to piece one by one, piece these puzzles together and figure out where you are. I've seen it happen before. It is not safe just going live, randomly going live. I'm going live in my car. Okay, they're at a Walmart. I see Walmart in the background. I see Walgreens in the background. I know that area. You have to be careful because then they say, okay, I know where they shop. They go to Walmart a lot. They go to this fast food place a lot. I know where that is. Or they'll look up the fast food places knowing the state you're in, and then they will pinpoint you that way and then just wait for you to mess up, set you up, and do God knows what. Never post your financial information online. Never post how much you make online. Never post your job finances online. I don't care if you broke. Don't post that online, right? And again, like I said, I've been there before. It is dangerous to do this and we think we're doing a good thing. Oh, maybe people are going to help. Yeah, there may be people who's going to help, but then there's also people who's going to try to bring you down. There's people who's going to use that information for bad, and we can't control that, unfortunately. Right? Yep, you're right. Anti-ableism said, be very mindful. A lot of content creators are not legally or medically competent. That's another thing. They giving all this legal advice, breaking down lawsuits, this and that. They don't have the credentials. They're not authorized. They don't work in the medical field. Why are we listening to these people? Right? And that goes to show that so many people, they rather listen to somebody else than do their own research and due diligence for their own safety. And we have to stop that, right? We have to stop that. I'm not sure who Miss Bao or Bo is, But hopefully she wasn't a victim of any of these things, because that is sad. All right. Um, let's see. I felt like I had something more to add to posting your financial information. What I made on YouTube, what this job pays, um, your employment status. Don't post that either. I don't care if you're unemployed. I had that happen to me before too. I posted that I lost my job and I was unemployed. And guess what? These stalkers did. They called the unemployment office. They tried to stop me from getting unemployment. They tried to make up things and say I was doing this. Oh, see if I'm getting food stamps. Don't post your kids online. They will call CPS. Even if you're not doing nothing wrong, these are evil times that we're living in. People will do this and they have done this, right? Don't fall for it. Now, if something is really going on and you see something online that is illegal or that's not supposed to be on there, or you see some type of abuse or something, then do your due diligence by all means. But just know that there are people out there who have nefarious and evil intentions, and they will try to ruin your life or make your situation worse. Okay. You said she was oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. She was a pregnant real estate agent. Her life, yeah, that's the one. I think I saw on the news. The news posted it on YouTube, and yeah, that was a sad story. People are so evil. They don't care about children. They don't care about unborn children. They don't care about nothing. So do not post your financial information or your unemployment status or how much you get it from unemployment. Your Don't post none of that online, because that's all part of your financial information. All right, let's go on to the next. Number 9. Never post your personal relationships online. My goodness. Mm, mm, mm. Never post your personal information, your personal relationships online. This is a big one. We often see couples online because they want a check. They are exploiting their own relationship, whether that's on reality TV like Love and Hip Hop or any other TV show, exploiting their relationship. How many relationships work out after exploitation? How many relationships work out after you post a picture of your significant other or you post something that you had no business posting, right? It's rare that relationships work out when they are exploited by the public. That's why even celebrities are now keeping their personal relationships, their romantic relationships private. Because again, you have people who are going to create drama, take things out of context, or it's going to be something where, oh, he's messing with this person too, or she's messing with this person. I saw them at the club, I saw them out with someone else. It's just a lot of drama associated with posting or making your private and personal romantic relationships public. Even your friendships, that could ruin a lot of friendships too. Any personal relationship, whether it's romantic or not, it is a huge risk posting them online, because now people know who you're with, who you hang out with, who you go out with. They know who you're around. So if they see someone who is familiar based on your social media accounts, now someone else is being watched and stalked or set up because you shared them on your account and somebody don't like you. So now they're trying to hurt the person or the people that you care about. This could be family as well. Posting your family. Now you got somebody who don't like you from Instagram, stalking your family, sending your family messages, doxing your family. doxing you, right? It is very dangerous. Yep. That's why we go back to keep your social media accounts private and only accept people who follow you. Only accept them if you know them. If you really know them, like in real life. Don't do the friends of friends and all that. Oh, I want a million subscribers or I want a million followers, so I'm just having it all open to everybody. Do that at your own discretion. You definitely have the right to do that. But don't be surprised when your personal relationships start falling apart. Period. Right? Um Jekyll said, I don't use Facebook, but only have Instagram. You only see my profile. That's it. I've been burned before. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You get exes on here posting, you know, intimate photos that you didn't give them permission to post, posting what you told them, posting your health information, posting. So you have to be careful about that, right? You have to be careful. Yep. Said rarely works out. Yep. A lot of people just use social media for business matters. And I think that's smart too. Also got to be careful with that too, right? Because when I posted my business before and I had a Google account, there were a ton of fake reviews from trolls who stalked me on YouTube, from people who stalked my Instagram, who stalked all my social media. They began leaving bad reviews just because they never purchased from me before. It was just a ton of bad reviews just because it's me. So be careful with that as well. Okay. Be careful of that as well. Now, we don't want to make you paranoid. We want to make you mindful, right? Mindful of what you do online. Number 10, never post your personal struggles online. My goodness. This is one that goes over a lot of people's heads. Posting your personal struggle only gives ammunition to your enemies to use against you. Oh, I'm struggling with alcoholism. I'm struggling in rehab. I need to go to rehab. I was touched when I was younger. I this I that this happened to me. Those things are personal and should only be shared with either a professional in the field of mental health or medicine or whatever you're struggling with. That needs to only apply to the people who are going to help you professionally in your life. This is not a public situation, right? Because again, people will use it for evil. They will change the good and use it for evil. I remember when I posted online when I was homeless, right? I needed support, I needed help, and I posted that online. That was used against me. People laughing at that. People will laugh and make fun of it. And then they will try to put you in a situation where you have to physically defend yourself, or they'll follow you to see what hotels or what shelter or whatever your condition is, or if you're living in your car. These are personal struggles that should not be online. Believe me, I've been through it. I should know. This is why I'm doing this presentation, because you want to prevent these things from happening, right? You can prevent these things from happening. And if they've already happened, you can change your social media now, delete posts, hide videos right now to change the trajectory of your digital footprint, right? You can always change for the better, and it's a process. So if you've done these things to people or you have been a victim of these things, it is time to change. Because not only do we have a digital footprint, we have a reputation that follows us offline. And people think that they can do these things behind anonymous accounts to get away with it. You don't get away with nothing in this world. And just because we don't know when that karma, a lot of people call it karma, or the energy that you put out there comes back to you, just because that's not made public doesn't mean it's not going to happen, because that is a natural law. That's like a universal law. What you put out is what you get back. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Okay. So, with that being said, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is be mindful of what you post online. What can you do to protect your privacy online? The answer is simple. Be mindful of what you share and avoid posting the 10 things we discussed earlier. In conclusion, protecting your privacy on social media is crucial in this digital age. By being mindful of what we share online and avoiding the common risks associated with oversharing, we can take control of our online presence and stay safe online. All right. Willie said, I remember that. Right. Yep. So we all fall victim for that. Willie said, Jekyll, excuse me, said, I learned my lesson. I'm moving much better now. Still learning though. Yep. It's also a learning process. We're always going to learn and we're always going to make mistakes. But again, we have to learn from these mistakes, and it's to keep us safe and the ones we love safe in this new era of social media, of the internet, right? Of technology. There are bad people out there, and we have to be mindful of that. Yes, there are good people, but there are also bad people lurking in the bushes and lurking in the shadows, waiting for you to make a mistake, waiting for you to overshare, waiting for you. And it affects the most vulnerable people, right? The young and often the old. So we have to continue to pass the knowledge along, because the knowledge is out there. Willie said, I detest social media. YouTube is more than enough, and I don't even like it, right? This is why I have to change, and that I am changing. The content is changing. I don't care about views. I care about the energy that I put out there. I care about whether my content is valuable, if it solves a problem, if it answers a question. My mind is basically changed, right? It has grown, and we have to continue to grow. We have to not consume media and content that is negative, that doesn't help us in any way, shape, or form. We can't just be entertained all day, because a lot of the time, this is not a game to people who want to harm you in real life. This is not a game to them. So we have to be mindful of it, right? We have to be mindful. Hey, Nikki, welcome. So let me know if y'all have any questions. Again, I hope this helped someone. Nikki said, I don't like Facebook. I only use it for some games it's connected to. Instagram is for entertainment only. I heard that. Anti-ableism said the integrity is what matters. Yeah, your integrity, right? Your integrity is what matters, who you are as a person, what people perceive you as based on you and how you respond to comments, how you respond to people online, what you do online, that's going to reflect on who you are. Even if you are anonymous, it's still going to pour over in your personal life and it's still going to come back around. So, with that being said, I appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in today. I hope this was helpful. I started doing PowerPoint presentations when I first came on YouTube. So I'm just getting back into basically what my purpose was when I first came to YouTube, right? Um, I am making a blog. I actually have a blog right now. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of positive things there, that are going to help us, edify us, help us make money in the right way online, ways you can make money online for free. If you're interested in that, then stay tuned because I will definitely be sharing that when the time is right. But with that being said, replay the video. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this later. Go over these 10 things, write them down, whatever you need to do, because this is very important. Lives have been lost for oversharing on social media. Families have been devastated. Trauma, the aftermath, right? Post trauma and everything like that. Sharing financial information. Now you don't have a job. Complaining about your job online, right? Now no one wants to hire you. All this affects us. All right. So y'all be safe, be good, and I will see y'all on the next video and Karizma Speaks podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's presentation and all the information that was presented. Please do your own research. Always do your own research. Look up the stories of people who overshared online. You will be very shocked. It's really sad. Um, and just be mindful what you post. I will see you on the next video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are interested in more content like this. And if you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section, or you can email me at charismaspeakstruth@gmail.com. Y'all have yourself a blessed one. I am out. You're very welcome. So thank you so much for the insight. You're very welcome. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, Jekyll, you said my mom was blocking all accounts she was doing. Yep, it be like that. It be like that. Even with family. Well, he said Facebook is like trash, right? Exactly. So be careful, y'all. I will see you on the next episode of the Charisma Speaks podcast and Charisma Speaks YouTube channel. Peace.